Well, I don't know where to start here. I just wanted to show you sort of how I set up my front end. It's not the same as everybody else does, and everyone does do it different. But I just thought I'd show you how I sort of do it in my own weird way. Pretty much, I like a soft front end. I don't like need a major amount of rebound for how I like to have the springs. I like to have a really soft spring in the front, so therefore I don't really get much rebound. It's got a little bit, but that's pretty much it. But what I rely on, instead of rebound, to get it back up to where the actual chassis height I want it, another thing I point out is actually the droop. That's the droop. It's got bugger all droop. I tie the front end down so it doesn't have massive droop. All the theory in all that is to stop the dynamic suspension movement. The more movement it's got, the more bump steer and all that sort of thing you get. So what I've been playing with here, and soft springs and all that sort of thing, is to try and just eliminate all that. This front end's come up beautiful. If you have a bit of a look at how it works, I'll point out my theory in all of this. Because it's got no rebound, it doesn't lift itself up, but when you turn it on its suspension axis, it pulls itself back up in the air both ways. So that's dynamic suspension in action, you know, or the chassis dynamics in action. It's actually moving the car back up in the air. All right. But the trick here is to make sure that the springs aren't that hard that when it lifts it up in the air, you don't get any bounce. Like it's stiff, and it just, yeah. You've got to try and keep it nice and smooth like that, and to eliminate all the bump steer. Now if you have a look there, you'll see that there's bugger all in the way of bump steer. It's gone, and that's in the movement, that small amount of movement that I've got the front end set at. So it's not wheel standing or anything, and in that height there is a millimetre higher than the rear, and that's how I tend to set up every chassis. But it seems to work all in balance with each other. If I don't have that millimetre, it tends to understeer, tends to do all sorts of nasty slip things, like just slow in transition and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much my front end and how I sort of like it. The adjustments like camber, caster and all that sort of thing are pretty all much still basic. I've got my large scrub radius, which I like, which actually helps this work, believe it or not. But that's just how I like my front end set up. Other people like it different ways, but that's all, you know, what the hobby's all about. But there you go. The FXX is much the same too, by the way. Yeah, that's just how I like to do it. Thanks a lot. Bye.